Ladies and gents, you beautiful people, I hope you all are having an amazing, beautiful day as always. And in this video, I want to talk about something that I have discussed with a lot of people and honestly, it's been on my mind for a long time. And I feel like everyone I talked to so far really doesn't enjoy that this is actually happening in Destiny 2. And I'm talking about armor sunsetting. And I'm going to show you some really perfectly rolled armor pieces. And we're going to talk about why I think this is completely unnecessary. I'm talking about the armor sunsetting, of course, and why it doesn't make any sense at all. So if you enjoy the video, and only if you do, a like and a sub really does help me out a lot and is very, very appreciated. And do make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments. So let's talk about why armor sunsetting is unnecessary and why it literally stops people from grinding. Let's go ahead and take a look at this armor piece right here. These are some crazy boots I got on my hunter the other day, and yes, this is some insane RNG. But you gotta understand that I do this for a living at this point, so I play a lot, and this right here is my first ever armor piece that I got with perfect stats in terms of stat distribution, which means that it has the lowest rolls on 3 stats that I didn't really want, which is perfect. It has 2 resilience, 2 discipline, and 2 strength. Obviously it says 4 at the moment, but that's because it's masterworked. And then it has the other 3 stats that I needed really high. So what I'm trying to say is that even as a player that spends 7-8 hours a day playing this game, these perfect rolls are extremely hard to get and very, very rare. Not to mention the amount of materials you need to masterwork all these pieces. And by the way, these materials aren't easy to get either, right? Now, if we look at this armor piece, it goes up to 1310. So you're telling me that I got this amazing armor roll that I've been trying to get for years pretty much, and it's gonna be gone in about 1 or 2 seasons, even though it doesn't really break the game. It's not really hard to balance or anything like that. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not complaining that I got it. I'm super happy about it. And as time goes by, and unfortunately when this will be sunset, I do hope I will get another one. But the problem is not just me, right? That spends hours and hours every day. But what about people that play less? This literally means that even if they get luckier than me and get the armor pieces they need, there's really not much to be excited about because they're gonna be useless pretty quick. So I honestly think this kind of system right now is killing the excitement of grinding for the right armor pieces. Now, if there was some kind of armor crafting system that has a higher chance to give you the correct stat distribution, then I'd say, okay, whatever, I'll try and craft my gear again, I guess. But the reason behind sunsetting was to somehow balance the overpowered weapons. What does any of that have to do with armor pieces? We shouldn't have to grind full armor sets over and over again every other season. It's just too much RNG based for that. And it has 6 stats. So the chances of you getting the 3 stats you want as high as possible and then the other 3 as low as possible is extremely low. And I feel like if you get super lucky and do get that armor piece, you should be able to keep it. What I feel Bungie is trying to do here is keep people farming for armor, right? But honestly, they are doing the complete opposite. Because at some point, people realize that any kind of armor pieces that they get, it will be gone in a few months. So why do it? They can just settle with average armor and stats. And that's simply the fact. And this is an issue. I have several friends that were running double 100 and even triple 100 stats, and they grinded hours and hours for those armor pieces, and literally 90% of that gear is now gone when it comes to end game content. This does not motivate people to grind and simply isn't the right way to do it. When they started to talk about weapon sunsetting, we tried to understand the point they were making as a community, and I personally was saying, okay, let's try that, let's see how it goes. But I knew from the start that armor sunset would be even a bigger issue, and time has shown that it is. But unfortunately, I think that Bungie will not just get rid of this whole armor sunsetting altogether because it is their way to keep people playing. Do I agree with it? No, but it is what it is. However, I think there is a way to fix this. Let's say someone gets a crazy roll like I did on these boots. You should be able to upgrade the armor sunset level, but at a great cost. It can be 5 ascendant shards, 30 prisms, whatever you want it to be, but I think we should have an option to do that. Just for the conversation, let's say it's 10 ascendant shards to increase the season level of your armor piece. This would make people want to farm more materials, which means more people will be playing endgame activities. And this will also give people a goal to chase, and it would make the armor masterworking worth it once again. I truly believe this will make farming armor in Destiny 2 more fun, because now you know that if the RNG gods bless you and give you an armor piece with insane stats, it's worth putting in the hard work to obtain all the crazy amount of materials you need to upgrade the season level of that armor piece. Now, I would even be fine with them capping the upgrade level. For example, let us upgrade it for 3 seasons, and once those seasons are done, let us farm the materials again. We will put in the hard work and upgrade it once again, just so we can keep the armor piece that we were so lucky to get. And since transmog is on the way, this makes perfect sense, because we can still make our armor look exactly the way we want and keep the amazing stats that we were blessed with by the RNG gods themselves. Now, I'm not saying this is a perfect system, but something has to happen. Legendary armor is different from weapons. When was the last time they had to balance legendary armor? It never really breaks the game. It's never a huge issue. So why not let people enjoy what they farmed for it? And once again, I'm not saying we get to do this the easy way. As mentioned, add a way for us to keep upgrading it, but at a very, very high cost. Make it higher every time if you want, but the option to do so should be there. Like, look at all the armor pieces I have, guys, and some of them are pretty good rolls, right? But still, none of these armor pieces are as perfect as the boots right here. It's extremely rare, so I don't think it should be taken away so soon. It also kills the excitement of min-maxing at endgame, especially if you're like a 100 stat maniac like myself. By the way, if you're looking for a cool 100 stat guide, check out this video. I'll drop it in the description. There's a lot of useful information that will help you achieve these stats way easier. Anyway, min-maxing. So if I'm trying to get, let's say, the perfect build with 100 stats and I get an amazing armor piece, I shouldn't be worrying about replacing it next season. That takes the fun out of it. If I have boots, I now want to be excited for gloves with the same kind of rolls to reach my goal of 100 stats, for example, or even double hundreds. And when you're trying to get those stats, every 1 point matters, especially for players that have done most of the things at endgame. This is something to focus on and something to chase. Destiny 2 doesn't really have armor sets with bonus effects, where if you get 5 pieces of a certain set and complete it, you get bonus perks like MMOs do, right? So chasing these double hundred and 100 stats is the ultimate endgame. And it's not like we have any activity in the game that gives you the ability to farm or craft specific gear with specific stats, right? If you had something like that, as mentioned, then okay, it would be way easier to chase all of this. But in a game where there is no real crafting and no activities to do this, all of this armor sunsetting is completely unnecessary. Once again, legendary armor doesn't break the game in any way. The only reason they're doing this at the moment is because Bungie thinks people will have more to do, but the truth is people won't do it at all. And they won't care about the stats because it goes away way too quick. So they will always just use the average stats that they have. For example, I have done the Deepstone Crypt raid every week 3 times so far, and I have not gotten one single armor piece that is worth masterworking. And raids are the pinnacle activity. When it was double loot nightfall, we grinded that non-stop pretty much, and I got 1 exotic armor that was what I needed out of probably like, what, 30-40 exotic armor pieces that I got. That's how rare the right stats are. And to be honest, this is of course a problem for weapons also. What was the point of taking out Erentil and reintroducing pretty much the same kind of weapon in Dawning? Take away Beloved and then putting in Adored. But the thing here is, people have other weapons that are actually good, maybe not quite as good, but when they took out Beloved, for example, we still had at least the Trial Sniper. No, it wasn't the same, but it was usable and actually still strong. When they took out Erentil, even though nothing was as powerful as Erentil, we still had some good options. And now, as mentioned, they even introduced a new fusion with the Dawning event. That is an absolute beast, by the way, and is pretty much Erentil but looks way cooler. But with armor, it's way harder to get those stats to where you want them to be over and over every season. It's just almost impossible, and they need to understand that. So in my humble opinion, they have to completely change the system, or as mentioned, just give us the ability to keep upgrading the perfect armor pieces that we got. Anyway, I can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. Are you having trouble with this armor sunsetting thing? Are you enjoying it? Let's have a fun discussion. I feel like we as a community should be talking about things like this to make the future of the game that we love so much and are so passionate about better. So yeah, I can't wait to read those comments. And as mentioned, if you guys did enjoy the video, and only if you did, a like and a sub is very appreciated, and it helps me out a lot. And don't forget that bell notification button so you guys don't miss anything. And ladies and gents, thank you once again for the 10,000 subscribers. Woo! It has been an insane journey. The support has been absolutely crazy. I appreciate every single one of you, and as always, have a crazy beautiful day.